Hello everyone and welcome back to episode lucky 13 of Omnifactory. In the last episode I left off, we had just set up this machine to make the oh wait, no, not this machine. This machine to make the third tier 1 circuits. But as you could see over there, I've done a little bit of work since then. The first thing I did was I made this machine to make the MV circuits, and it takes basically all of the same stuff, except it also has 3 of these guys instead of 1 of these guys. So now I have a nice supply of LV and MV circuits. So I have 128 of these and I have 16 of these. I also set up a recipe to make the HV circuits, which if we go down here is in this machine here. So this one has the pattern for it. That means I could remove the circuit patterns from here, which means I had to, well, I haven't done it yet, but over time I'll have to like change some of the recipes I made to take the second tier or third tier circuits rather than the ones that I had before. But that also means that eventually at some point we'll be able to make the next tier of circuit, which is this guy. We have to make SMD diodes first, which is pretty, I think they were pretty easy, gallium and platinum. So I don't have platinum yet. I don't think, where does platinum come from? Doesn't matter. But today what I'm going to work on, oh, the other thing I did was I made these 3 assembly machines here. And these are making the 3 SMD components. So we have one making SMD capacitors, one making resistors, and one making transistors. I had all of the ingredients ready for this one, all the ingredients ready for this one. Oh, I did, yeah, we made the fine electrum wire, I think in the last episode, wasn't it? I can't remember where it is. The tricky part was this one. I needed to make gallium plates. I didn't have a lot of gallium, but now I do. So if we have a look here, I have 1400 pieces of gallium dust. So basically what I do is I put the bauxite ore, it comes out of this interface here, it gets crushed into that one, so if I look at bauxite, I pulverize it into this stuff, which then gets pulverized again into impure pile of bauxite dust, which then gets centrifuged, and that gives you bauxite dust plus tiny piles of gallium, which I put into this packer, which turns the tiny piles into the big pile. And then the big pile goes into the ME system because, as you saw before, for the SMD diodes, I'm going to need where's the diode? This one. I'm going to need the tiny piles again, or the small piles, I should say. So I'll have to like have another unpacker to unpack them into the small piles so that I can make the SMD diodes. But then what I do is the dust pieces go into here, which goes into this furnace, which turns it into ingots, which goes into this compressor, which turns it into plates, and then the plates then go back into the ME system, and I have this thing set to keep just 16 in stock. Then they go into the ME, they come out here, and then they go into this guy where we make it until we have our 128 SMD transistors in stock. So that's what I've done. Off camera you saw I was setting up some more vertical diggers. I actually moved it since I recorded that, and I now have one not too far away collecting, among other things, it should be collecting nickel. So I have a nickel vein down here as well as all these other stuff. Yeah, it works pretty well, this thing. So you just like set it and forget it, and as long as you have the chunk loaded with the chunk loader thingy, it'll just go by itself until it runs out of power, which it usually doesn't. It usually, this will give us enough power for it to mine all the way down to bedrock. Okay, so today what I'm going to be working on, as I said before, was this stuff, stainless steel. Oh, I have some vibrant alloy in there. So I made a couple of more bits of dust because we had a bit left over from the last time when we were making the batch. But basically now I want to get ruby dust, tantalite ore, and nickel ore, those 3 ores, and I want to get them processed down into the ingredients needed for stainless steel dust. So we need nickel, manganese, chrome and a bunch of iron dust, which is easy enough. We have plenty of iron. And then we stick them in a crafting terminal, and it makes 9 stainless steel dust. We can also do mixes using Invar dust, and like Invar is made from iron and nickel, right? And it's basically 4 more pieces of iron, chrome and manganese. So it'd be 2 mixes could make it, but we can actually use a, what is that thing called? Mechanical crafter? Yeah, this thing. So this is pretty easy for us to make now. We have these, I already have a recipe for that. So yeah, we'll use the mechanical crafter instead to make it because it's just a little bit easier. So I'm going to set that up over here. I think I could set it up here, but I want to save this because I want to put the, I'm going to need to get the CPU wafer and everything being made up here. So I need a CPU wafer. So what do we need from the wafers? I think I need integrated circuit, CPU and RAM at least. Yeah, so I'll probably use this bit to make that stuff. So over here, I'm going to set it up to make our stainless steel dust, and then we're going to build another one of these guys to turn it into stainless steel ingots. So let me get this at least partially done, and then I'll come back once I've got the basics of it set up. Okay, so let me just talk through this real quick. One thing that's important in Omnifactory is you never have one machine, well, generally speaking, you never have one machine that has multiple jobs. You always have one machine that's dedicated to one single task. I guess this one, electrolyzing salt, was I guess a slight breakage of that particular rule. But in this case, we're going to have these 3 ores here, and then I'm going to have 3 sets of macerators, centrifuges, electrolyzers, whatever needed to get them into their final products, 1 each, because if you look at the outputs, you know, we need to process the chrome dust. We get that straight out of here. Actually, we won't, because this is it'll give us stone dust before it gives us chrome dust. Eventually, we'll want to upgrade this to HV so that we get all 3 slots. But if you look at like, oh no, this one is a different one. So this one actually you get it all. I think tantalite is probably the main one that I'm thinking of here. So you get crushed tantalite, you get impure, you get a piece of tantalite dust. And if you put it in the electrolyzer, you need 9 pieces of tantalite dust, which means you don't necessarily get an even number, like an exact number at the end of it. So you'll end up with like 1 or 2 pieces left once you've run out of your ores, and then the whole system gets clogged up. So you got to have dedicated machines for every piece of processing that you have in your system. The other thing was I put these impure piles here because when we were doing the batches, we ended up with a whole bunch of impure ruby and impure tantalite. This is not going to be a permanent thing. I'm just going to keep it here until we finish processing those so that we can get them out of the system at least. But let's get started. I'll do one of the lines just here so that you can see how it works. And then we'll, after that, I'll probably just do the rest off in a cut, and then so you don't have to see me do all of the stuff. So what we're going to do in this one, we're going to filter it so that only tantalite goes in, and insert, and we'll also be extracting when it's finished. So because we get the crushed, and we also get the like, this is the byproduct, which we don't actually care about. What we're going to do is we're going to filter the input again, but it's going to be a blacklist. So the thing that we want out of here that doesn't go into the ME system is the crushed tantalite ore. So we're going to blacklist everything except for crushed. So we're going to allow everything except crushed tantalite to go in on green. That means it'll take out the stone and the crushed will stay there. Then we're going to move over to this one, and we could use a robot arm to get to pull the stuff from there into there, but I just use these because these are cheaper than robot arms. So we put the crushed tantalite into here, insert, and we're also going to be extracting, but not yet, because if I just extract it now, it's not blacklisted there and it's all going to go in there. So we need to get the impure piles out. I don't think we get anything out of this other than impure piles. Well, we also get manganese. So the manganese we actually want to end up in the ME system because that's going to be our storage for manganese. So we can also extract Oops, except for the impure. Let's actually, that's fine because we already, no, I don't really want that to happen. I'm gonna not put the impure piles in there. I'm gonna keep them here. So once this is backed up, it'll stay backed up, and then it's gonna go into the centrifuge, which is here. So let's get you, and we're going to filter it. Oops, filter it, and we're only going to allow impure tantalite to go in. So let's insert that, and we should get a whole bunch because they'll be coming out of the ME system as well as here. So let's also get that going. It should be pulling it out. Yeah, it's pulling it out of there. And so we're getting tiny piles of tantalum dust. Do I want this for anything? I think I will need it at some point. Maybe. It's hard to tell. When you get to these ingots and they have like thousands of random stuff, it's hard to know if they're useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blacklist tantalite. We'll allow the tiny piles to go in there. We'll have to do something with that eventually, probably, because that's going to take up a lot of storage space as tiny piles. We might use a packer to turn it into big piles and store that in the ME system. And then we have to electrolyze it. So we'll grab an electrolyzer and boom. And then we'll go boom and we'll filter it again. So tantalite dust goes in there, insert, and we'll put something there to start off with. And then it's going to electrolyze it. It's quite slow. The other thing too, so this is how we're going to get our chrome for now. We'll crush it, we'll get that. I mean, not chrome, our ruby dust. The thing is, if you look at stainless steel, so the chrome we can get by electrolyzing ruby dust, but we can also get it by, wait, how did we also get it? I saw another recipe that I thought was interesting. Or maybe it's ruby dust. Yeah, see, we can also get ruby dust, not just from centrifuging ruby ore. We can also get it from electrolyzing redstone. Redstone is completely renewable because we get it from the witch deep mob learning, and we also get mercury out of it and a bit of silicon too. So maybe once we run out of ruby ore, we can start electrolyzing redstone. The only thing is I have a huge amount of ruby, 1200 pieces, so I'll go this way first, and we'll make sure that we can process the ruby ore, and then I'll think about what we can do by electrolyzing ruby instead. So this is quite slow too, obviously, but it's almost finished, and that should give us our final ingredient, manganese, and also tantalum, which we, like I said, actually this was tiny piles of tantalum, wasn't it? Yeah, so actually packing it would make sense because then it gets combined with this one in the storage system. Oops. So let's extract you, and we'll end up just putting it straight into here, and we'll have lots of manganese coming in now. 91, which I think we got that from before. So I'm going to go and do the other 3 rows here. We're going to have one for nickel and one for ruby. And we'll get the final ingredients out of those. And once I do that, I'll be back again. Okay, so there we go. We're back. I had to add an extra one here because this filter here got full. Once we can make big item filters, that'll become a bit easier. But we can't make them just yet because they need this guy, which we can't make. So I had to do this to make for the ruby side. So now we have all of the ruby stuff coming through. We have chrome, and here we have this one should be making manganese, and then over here we are making plenty of nickel. So this is impure pile, so we got nickel coming in there. We also have a few tiny piles of stuff coming out, which is currently going in here. These will end up filling up the ME system pretty quick, like tiny piles of borax dust. I have 111,000 of them already. The ME system actually handles it pretty well. You can see it's obviously filling it up here. If we just have a look at, say, this one, I made this ME chest over here so I can put these things and see what's in them. you can see it's completely full of borax dust. So I should make something to clean that up a bit, but I'll do that maybe off camera. It's not a big deal. But yeah, we have all of the ingredients now for making manganese. Oh, the only other one that I don't have is iron dust. Let's get an iron ingot. Let's put it in this guy. Actually, I can make plenty of iron ingots, so let's get a whole bunch of them. We'll just get half a stack actually, because we don't need a full stack of it. This makes it a little bit faster in the conduits because it doesn't do it one at a time then. So I guess we could put it down here. We can put a filter here and put iron in there. Alright, and that'll, oh wait, it needs to be brown because this one I set to brown. So there we go, we got iron dust coming out. Let's get rid of this one. And then the next thing, as I said, was we need to combine all that stuff. I'm going to combine it not with two mixers, but with a mechanical crafter, which I can, let's make it over here with a pattern. Set it to processing pattern. Not processing pattern, set it to crafting pattern. And stick it in. We're almost running out of space here. Oh, there's one set to, wait, what is that? Oh. I think the ones set to nothing are these ones over here. I always forget to block them off from showing in the interface terminal. I think these ones are already blocked off, yes, yes. And oh, I've accidentally wrenched that one apparently. Okay, so now we should be able to make all of these. I have 4 of them already. Small steel gears, interesting. And then let's set it up to make the dust. So actually let's get the dust in our manganese. We already got 115. We'll just get 1. Chrome, what was the other one? Again, we'll just get 1. What was the other one? Nickel. We're going to have lots of it in dust form, which is, maybe we should make it in, I don't know. That's fine. And what's the other thing? Iron dust, which actually we don't need to put in the ME system because, or in the ME interface, because we are making it on demand. So let's make sure we have all of these bits and pieces being able to be put in. Oh, let's also set up we're going to need a limited item filter to make sure we have the right amounts in there. This thing needs to, oh, there we go. Doesn't take that long to make. And then we're going to put the mechanical crafter. Where should I put it? I could just put it up here, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't really matter where it goes. Let's get that there. Let's close that off. Let's get our limited item filter. We're going to need 1 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, and then 6 iron dust. We'll make it brown. We're not going to extract it yet, so we need to extract on brown here. So there we should have all of the ingredients, I think. Why is there no always active brown extract? Oh, it's going into here. I need to filter it so that it doesn't go into there. Iron dust, no. That should be going into there. Okay, and now that should have stopped as well. Stopped going out, right? Yeah, this is quite fast. Okay, and then let me just get some cobble because I want to fill up the output slots of this thing so we don't have. See, this thing will output into this inventory, but I don't want to fill that up with chrome, so we could just fill it up with cobblestone so that it'll only fill up 1 slot. So now let's tell it what to craft. No. I can't remember the order. I'm going to guess. Yes. We can put that in here as well. That'll let it craft up. So that'll make a nice stack of the stuff for us. We can do the same thing with redstone on. Actually, we'll do redstone off, and then we'll do the same thing, making, we'll put an ME level emitter so that we can turn it off. Oops. Oh, I don't have any. There we go. Oh, I have everything except for the redstone torch. I think I have a crafting recipe for redstone torches. Oh, I don't. Interesting. I should make a recipe for the level emitters. Let's grab a whole bunch of them. I'm surprised I have the circuits. Okay. So let's turn it off when we have... We don't actually want that many in the system. Let's turn it off when we have like 9 in the system, because that'll just have one. I don't want to waste my, my input ingredients. I want to have the minimum amount that I can. Redstone off. Wait, so does it have a redstone signal? Why is it off? This is not lit up. Maybe it's outputting a redstone signal even though it says it's... Huh. Okay, I don't know why that does that. Let's have a look. Glass. I need this guy. Let's put you there and like so. It should be... Oh, I guess because it can't fit it into the output slot, right? Yeah, that's probably what it is. So let's also extract on brown, and that'll go into the ME system. And it made one, but now it should be off, right? It's turned off? Oh, okay. I don't actually need them because I'm turning it off with the level emitter, right? Okay, so now we should have a bunch of chrome dust. Not chrome dust, stainless steel dust. We also have a bunch of chrome. 67. Well, now we have a bit more. So let me get all of the ingredients now to make the blast furnace. I got some copper and nickel. I have some heat proof. I think I need more than that though, right? Let's see. Oh, I wish it... There we go. Oh, I need a wrench. Interesting. Okay. Heat proof. Should be able to make a bunch now. What is it? A wrench and a hammer? Actually, not that many. I don't have much. That should be enough. Yeah. So I'll need one in there. It's to make the electric blast furnace. This guy. Circuits. I should have everything already. Very good. What do we need? A hole. I think I have a bunch of the holes. Yes, I only need an input and an output. Just enough chests. An input and an output. I can get rid of some of these things actually. Let me make another limited item filter. And we'll need a machine cover for to turn off the blast furnace. We will need, what else will we need? A CEF. Oh, I only want a 4x CEF for this guy though. It doesn't matter if I use a 16 times one. It's just, I guess, slightly wasteful. Oh wait, that's not the right circuit. There we go. Let's grab a 4x CEF. 4. And oh, I actually do need an energy input. An MV1. No, energy input patch. Can't spell that one. What is that? A copper cable, so we can make one of those. I should make a recipe for this. And an MV hull. I'll tell you what, I'm going to come back once I've got all this in ready to go. It's probably not going to take that much longer actually. I really need to speed up the crafting of copper cables. It's in an LV assembler, which is so slow. And actually I can make copper cables with a rubber piece in a crafting bench. So it's probably quicker to do it that way. Anywho, I have all of the pieces now, I think. I have this little area set up. I could technically build it like here, just extending this by 2 more instead of building a whole new one, but then I don't know, I feel like I'd have to move that over and it seems like more work. So I'm just gonna do it the easy way and build it in a new spot. It's slightly wasteful of materials, but I have a ridiculous amount of materials, so I'm fine with that. Where's our energy input? There. So you go like that, and then our copper or nickel. So this is the thing with this game, is you end up building a huge amount of these things. Wait, I forget, do I put the input on this side? No, I put the input on this side. And the output on this side. Okay. And then I put my ME interface in the middle. I forgot to grab a chrome dust. Not chrome, I keep thinking chrome. Why do I keep thinking chrome? Stainless steel dust. Let me get a few pieces of stainless steel, I guess. And I put 1 piece in here. I want to minimize the wastage of these. These are like, eventually they won't be super expensive, but for now they are super expensive, so I don't want to waste, you know, having too many of them around. So let's get you hooked up to there, and over here you get hooked up to there, and then we have our power coming, I guess, down here. So let's get our CEF. Wait, where's my CEF? Did I not pick it up after I made it? I didn't pick it up after I made it. The CEF faces you when you place it, yeah. So I'm gonna have to do, oh boy, let me go through. Get in there, get in there. There we go. Put it there. And let me patch up the hole. Okay, so let's hook it up to our power. Where's our power going? It's just going along here. Like so. And that should be, yep, getting power now. And you should be getting power. I think there's no way to tell. Let me just test it by putting a piece in here, and it wait. Oh, that's the output bus. Input bus. There we go. Disappeared. And it's working. And how much power is it using? None of these are running, so this is like only this thing. It doesn't use a huge amount of power. So let's go here, extract and insert. And here we want our limited item filter to just place 1 single piece. And extract, of course. So we should have 1 single piece going in here. Why isn't it going in? Oh, I forgot to turn it on. There we go. 1 single piece going in there. And you'll run, at the moment you'll run forever. So let's put our, let's take all these things away. Let's put our machine cover on here. Our level emitter, and say, do I have any chrome ingots? No, I do not. Not chrome. I don't know what's wrong with me. Once I said it once, now I just think about it forever. Okay, stainless steel. Let's do 512 for the time being. I'm going to need a lot more than that eventually, but not right now. Let's hook that up. All right, so you should be not on, but you're online. And we should see some stainless steel coming in. 215, I can't remember what we were up to before. 279. I'm gonna just forget about it. All right, so I think that's it for today's episode. I'm gonna try my hardest to keep all of my episodes under 30 minutes from now on, but no guarantees. It does mean I have to cut quite a few more times, as you noticed in this episode. But yeah, I think that's it for stainless steel. In the next episode, I should be making HV machine hulls, which means I can start making, I think the distillation tower requires, no, it's an MV. What's HV machine hulls going to open up for us? I guess eventually it'll open up this. We'll have to start working on SMD diodes as well. That's probably pretty easy. In fact, given how easy that is, oh no, platinum. How do we get platinum? Maybe this is what we're going to work on in the next episode. Is it just an ore? It is just an ore. I wonder where that's kind of expensive to buy. I wonder where they generate. Maybe we will be finding those or something. I'm not sure how we get platinum. Does this tell us? Wait, it says fine electrum wire. Well, that says fine platinum wire. That's interesting. Okay, anyway, I'll see you in the next one. I'll have a think about what we're going to do next. I haven't quite decided. Thanks for watching. Bye.